Hello and welcome to another writerlywitterings with me, Michael Jex, the tea drinking author who's not got a cup of tea right now. It's terrible. I was going to talk about various different types of small size notebook. Field notes, great fountain, I've got all sorts. And it suddenly occurred to me that there's some firms that have these little notebooks and I haven't tried their paper. So I thought I would contact them. And that's changed the direction of things somewhat, because you will probably remember that some time ago I got a delightful William Hanna notebook, which is my diary now. It's got everything to do with my life in here. When I'm doing a new project, such as when I was running the Crime Writers Association conference last month, I relied on this to keep me on the straight and narrow, keep track of budgets, keep track of who was coming, everything, because they're really useful. And in fact, I love it so much that a while ago I got a second one, which is a smaller version. So I've got a big one and a little one. There you go. And the great thing is, all these pages are loose. They're just held in place by these clever ring systems. And so I can rip out pages from this and reorder them, or I can rip out the pages and stick them in this one because they fit. It's brilliant. It is such a good, efficient system. But I contacted William Hanna and said, look, would you mind? I'm going to be talking about different notebooks. And you do one that size, so could I have one? And they were very kind and sent me this. Let's show you what's inside. So before I get straight into the interesting box, one thing that occurred to me when I was testing the cast notebooks the other day was such lovely paper, maybe it would be good for watercolours. So I tried a watercolour, and it's interesting, it's not bad, but it's so glossy and smooth that, as you can see, watercolours really don't get a chance to dry and they suffer a bit as a result. I could demonstrate with other papers, but just having a quick look at this is something I did. This is watercolour paper. You can hopefully see the difference where the watercolour has just stayed watery on top of the surface until it's slowly dried. This is doing almost exactly the same mixing and use of ink and use of watercolour on the paper, but because it soaks into the paper slightly, it just works a great deal better. But that's not an unpleasing effect. I quite like the result, but I wouldn't say these are suitable for watercolouring. Ideal, certainly, for pencil sketches or ink sketches when you're out and about. Now, if you haven't seen one of these before, this is a William Hanna box. WH. It's got the logo in there. I don't know if that shows up particularly well. So let's see what's inside. One of the nice things about William Hanna notebooks is William Hanna themselves treat them with respect, as though they value what they've sold you. So you get this nice little paper wrapping. I have opened this before. I'm just demonstrating now how it arrives when you buy one of these things. So you get nice little bits of paper wrapping up your William Hanna notebook. And this is the one I ordered. It has a burgundy outside and inside petrol. Now, where to start? Well, possibly with the outside. It is really gorgeous Italian leather. You can probably tell from this, from the little marks and dinks, that I've been using this. I had it about a week ago, and it's been with me everywhere. It's actually replaced my Midori for now. It's a really good size. It's quite large compared to the size of the actual notebook. It takes up a fair bit of space, but the thing is, it's useful. It has space for credit cards and things. It has space for business cards or cash in there and in there. It means I can keep receipts, I can keep business cards, I can keep all sorts in here. It has a pen loop or pencil loop, so you can fit whatever it is you want to take with you in there. I won't do that now because I never use those things. But it is an enormously pretty, elegant, practical little notebook. It has the same paper as its bigger siblings. It is 115 odd GSM, and the great thing that is, it means that there is no bleeding, no ghosting, nothing whatsoever. These notebooks are absolutely perfect, superb for anyone who wants to use fountain pens. Now I've got the lined version here, which is interesting because you can see there's dots and dashes, which make for a little code, which I worked out, and I dare say you will too. But it's just a nice little additional touch. So there you have it. One enormously handy, useful little pocketbook, which is superbly well made, is fantastic quality, and I can only say thanks ever so much to William Hanna for sending that to me. I wasn't expecting to get a beautiful leather cover for it. I was just hoping to get a notebook to test out, which I will test at some point in the future alongside the great fountain and field notes and other stuff. Anyway, hope that was interesting. I'm going to apologise now. I've just received a second contract for another book this year. I've got 2 books to write this year now, which is going to be going some, so I am not going to be able to do 1 video a week. I will do them as often as I can, but it'll probably be every other week. That way I can focus on a book for 1 week and yes, do a video the next week as well. Hopefully that won't be too much of a problem, and that's about it for now really. If you haven't done it already, do please subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to be notified of any new videos coming out, and then, which is a good idea if I'm going to be doing them more intermittently, and don't forget to like it and share it and tell your friends about it and all those other good things. And in the meantime, I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.